Hello and a very warm welcome to Talking Germany, the show where we do just that. And today's guest is, and I quote, the king of Germany's gossip columnists, the godfather of the intimate confession, no less, a mixture of a psychiatrist, a priest and a lie detector, so they say. And here he is, the man in person, Paul Sahner.
Hello.
Paul, thank you very much for joining us today, coming up from Munich to Berlin to be with Talking Germany. First question, or not a question, a statement. Germans read a lot of magazines, don't they?
They do. They love Bunte, they love Gala, they love the big ones like Stern, because they are interested what the people are doing, what the politicians are doing, what the actors are doing, what the cultural people is doing, and so on and so on. They are very interested to see behind the facades.
Okay. And I noticed you got the first mention in there was for Bunte, your own publication. And as if by magic, I just happen to have a copy of Bunte here. You can see it for our viewers. A little bit sort of like from the format Paris Match, I would say. You know, you've got Carla Bruni here, and you've got Mary from Denmark, a German celebrity, Carolina Beil, so sexy with a baby, it says here. What's the circulation, Paul?
We have 800,000. We print 800,000, and I would think that we have 4 million readers. Nearly.
4 million readers, okay. And let's be honest, it's all about celebrities, isn't it?
Pardon?
It's all about celebrities.
Yeah, it is about celebrities from sport and culture and politics and, of course, showbiz and, that's right.
And are German celebrities different from celebrities elsewhere?
I would say it's easier to make interviews with people from prominent people from England or from the United States, because they don't ask you. So if you make an interview with us, so give it to us, and we will look what is what has not been printed, and that's a big problem. In Germany, you have to give every interview to the people.
And is that something that's happened in recent years?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think it started when Spiegel magazine made an interview a lot of years before with Genscher, who was...
the former German foreign minister, Hans-Dietrich Genscher.
Exactly, yeah. And he said, okay, I will give you a real big interview, but I want to see it before it is printed. And so now we have to do it.
What makes us a celebrity? Do celebrities make themselves, or are they made into celebrities?
Most of them are made by herself, because you must be a good soccer player, you must be a good tennis player, you must be a good politician, you must be a good writer or something like that. So you need a lot of real good things.
So you need talent to begin with.
Talent, yeah, of course.
You must have talent.
Yeah.
You can't be a celebrity without the talent, you would say.
No. Maybe if you marry the right person, Nadel, who was 14 years together with Dieter Bohlen and or Verona Poth,
icon.
And maybe it helps for a short while, but you have to have your own success. Otherwise, you will not become real big.
And then people come to you and they tell you their secrets. Yeah. But the word secret is interesting, isn't it? Because a secret is something you don't want other people to know, but they come and they tell you.
Yeah, because I think that our readers and every human being is interested what happens with his neighbor, and all they want to know everything about the Pope, maybe about Angela Merkel, about soccer player or what else. I mean, and these people tell us also the private life. I mean, Angela Merkel maybe tells the Bunte readers how to bake Christmas cake or something like that.
It's all about... come on, for 2 years you were the editor-in-chief of German Penthouse.
Yeah.
When we're talking about celebrities and what people want to know, what we're talking about mainly is sex, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean, sex makes the world go around, but not only sex, of course. Mm-hmm. But in our editor is also now printing Playboy magazine, and I think the people are interested, but not stupid sex. They want to see erotism, and they want to see really nice girls and women and so on. Sex is very important, of course.
The celebrity scene in Germany often seems to me a little bit incestuous.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why? Can you declare me?
You have the same names, the same faces, cropping up on the same movies and in the same magazines and in the same talk shows all the time.
Yeah.
Fair enough?
Yeah, that's terrible.
That makes your job difficult, though, because you've got a sort of a bit of a closed circle there.
Yeah, that's right. But so we try to look for new faces, and maybe new faces are now in the government. Philipp Rösler, and who was also here as a guest, Karl Theodor von Guttenberg. We like very much new faces, and Karl Theodor von Guttenberg is for us perfect because he's married with Stephanie, and she is born as von Bismarck. Yep.
So Germany's aristocracy has moved into politics. It's interesting stuff. It's interesting what Paul has just been mentioning, because we're now going to get a look at our own Talking Germany top 10 celebrity list for 2009. It might include one or two of the names he's just been mentioning.
Supermodel Claudia Schiffer, a global star made in Germany. Likewise, haute couture icon Karl Lagerfeld. Steffi Graf is still seen as the queen of her sport. And Franz Beckenbauer is a legendary figure in the world of soccer. Pope Benedict is also a homegrown German. This year has also been massive for four boys from Magdeburg. The group Tokyo Hotel has sold more than 5 million copies of its music and performs concerts all over the world. But as the band found out earlier this year, being in the global spotlight has its dangerous side. A group of French stalkers harassed the musicians for months, delayed work on the current album, and even provoked fisticuffs. Things didn't go too well for Michael Schumacher either. His planned Ferrari comeback failed this year, and instead of the usual winning pose, the motor racing star was thwarted by a neck injury that left him unable to drive. But there's someone you can always rely on: Boris Becker. The former tennis ace entertained Germans with the soap opera of the year. After splitting up from his partner, the model Lily Kersenberg, in 2007, and announcing his engagement to Sandy Meyer-Wulden shortly afterwards, he ended up marrying Lily after all in June 2009. When it comes to nobility and politics, the face of Theodor Freiherr von und zu Guttenberg seemed to be everywhere this year. It remains to be seen whether the new defense minister can cut the mustard on the international celebrity circuit. In any case, he can expect stiff competition from Germany's new foreign minister, Guido Westerwelle. And from 36-year-old Philipp Rösler, a recent guest here on Talking Germany, and now Germany's new health minister. It's not a bad showing, but when it comes to celebrities, Germany can't compete with the sheer volume of megastars produced by countries such as the US or Britain.
We finish on Franz Beckenbauer there. A lot of Germany's international stars are sporting stars. Why is that?
Because soccer is very big in Germany, and also the English people say, okay, you can play against Germany, but Germany will win, and it's like that. And Beckenbauer is really, we call him the Kaiser, and I just was last weekend together with him, and if you go with him and the people run around and want to touch him and
is that true? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been around Franz Beckenbauer a couple of times, but it was in sort of, settings where the public were shut out a little bit, but he was pretty much left on his own. I was going to say, because, for the Anglo-Saxon countries, there's a sort of a hyper excitement around celebrities. Let me give you an example. Recently here, I got out of a plane at Tegel Airport here in Berlin, and one of Germany's big pop idols, music idols, Herbert Grönemeyer, perhaps the biggest star in German music, he got off the plane in front of me with just a little bag in his hand and wandered out into the public area. And I could see people looking at him and thinking, oh, there's Grönemeyer. But nobody raced up and touched him or anything. The atmosphere is a little bit more sort of low-key, I think, in Germany than elsewhere, wouldn't you say?
But let me say, if David Beckham is in England, the people surround him.
Hysteria.
It depends. I mean, Boris Becker, I'm very often also privately together with him, and if he's going to a city, the people say, hey, look at that, Boris himself, and so on and so on. And also with his wife now, she's pregnant, and I mean, he is a big star. And also Steffi Graf is a big star, and she lives now in America. And so in the last edition of Bunte, I made an interview with Boris Becker about Andre Agassi, because he wrote about drugs and so on and so on. And now I hope that I can get a double interview with Boris Becker and Andre Agassi, speaking about that, because in the book, Andre Agassi don't write very friendly about Boris Becker.
Let me ask you this. Like you, I've interviewed quite a few sort of very prominent people and been in the presence of an awful lot more. And there's only been one or two or three in my time who, when they come into the room, everything stops. And everybody in the room knows somebody's arrived. I think one person that comes to mind for me was Herbert von Karajan, the conductor here in Berlin. And from the world of sport, Martina Navratilova. She was, what a presence, that woman. Who are the people like that you have come across?
You mean in Germany, or you mean in my career? I mean,
where everything in the room stops.
Nelson Mandela. I never found the same with another people. Maybe with the Dalai Lama, of course. But Nelson Mandela is fantastic. I mean, he's now more than 90 years old. But I visited him 10 years ago. I was together with Michael Jackson in his residence in Cape Town, and he was fantastic. I mean, brilliant, and everybody looks at him as he was a holy man. And full of charisma, and I mean, I never saw it again. And he showed me the prison where he spent 25 years of his life, and it was really fantastic to meet this man.
We saw you interviewing one of your guests in your lovely apartment in Munich earlier. How would you like to have the Pope coming round for a cup of tea and a chat?
I would like it, but he never will come, because I had a big trouble with him, and I made an interview with him when he was Cardinal Ratzinger years ago, and so I spoke to him, and I have everything on my band, and I spoke about what happens if Papst Johannes is dead, and that a lot of people would like that he would be the follow-up, and he said, no, my God, oh no, I don't want it, and I'm just a modest priest, and so on and so on. And then I said, okay, it's maybe better to have a new pope from the third world. It would be better for giving a sign. And he says, but this people don't have this big lobby, these cardinals from maybe from Africa or Asia or so on, and South America. And so I made a story about that, and then he said, okay, but I never gave Bunte an interview.
Okay.
But he had.
You've had a bust-up with the Pope.
Yeah, that's right,
People sometimes, and I said it in my intro to you, people sometimes call you the lie detector. When the Pope was saying, oh, not the Pope, he was the Cardinal, Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger was saying to you, I don't want to be the Pope. This is often said about him. Did you believe him?
I believe him because I think he's a very powerful man, and he's very intelligent, and I think what he had done is not to lie, but it's something of Notlüge. What is this Notlüge?
It was let's say it was a white lie. That's what you might call it in English. To be kind to the Pope. It must be. You work in a world that is a world of vanity a world of egos, a world of exhibitionism, people showing off all the time. What about values? We're talking about the Pope. You grew up in a Catholic household. What do you believe in?
I believe in everything what makes a man better, or somebody better, for especially me. And I believe that I have to have a good life, and I believe in things the Dalai Lama taught me to be good for the people, to looking for peace for everybody in the world. And
so spiritualism is important for you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Spiritualism is, I know, important for your daughter as well.
Yeah.
We're going to. Your daughter was the product of a relationship that broke up, unfortunately. I don't want to pry too much, but we're going to be talking about divorce now.
Yeah.
Give me a headline. Give me a headline for the impact that divorce can have on children. What would you say?
I would say that my daughter is now living in an ashram near of Wiesbaden. That she is very happy there. She found there her new family, as she told me, and her mother.
That's clearly a very painful experience for that woman. There's no doubt about it. This is Paul Sahner, the private person now. Tell me about your relationship with your daughter, how that has gone through changes since the breakup, and her pain as a result of that experience.
Her mother and me, we separated when Annabelle, my daughter's name, was 2.5 years, and it was very hard for her. And so I don't saw her. I couldn't see her when I wanted to see her, and so when she was 8 years old, it becomes better. And then we went to the Olympic Games in Atlanta, and so we were visiting some friends, and then it becomes much better. And then we were very close, and then we spoke about everything. And now she decided to go in this ashram, and where she is very happy. And she was a lot of months in Kathmandu and teaching poor kids in English and so on and so on. What she is doing is a totally other way that I prefer. I'm in the shikimiki world, and
the smart set.
That's right, yeah. But she is, and I'm very thankful that she is like that. That she is doing some things, and maybe one day I will go with her to India, or to help the people, or to Africa, or where else.
Sounds good. On that note of reconciliation, we must move, I'm afraid, Paul Sahner, to the end of the show. In our time-honoured tradition, we have a Talking Germany quiz. I give you two, possibilities, two options. You give me a quick answer. Truth or legend?
Truth.
Vanity or modesty?
Bonfire of Vanity was never my opinion.
Three possibilities. Beckham, Becker or Beckenbauer?
Beckham, because he has Victoria, and Beckenbauer has Lily, and Beckenbauer has Heidi, but I would prefer Beckham.
We've talked about politicians. Here are two to conjure with. You've already mentioned her, our own Federal Chancellor, Angela Merkel, or President Obama, Barack Obama. Who's the biggest celebrity? Is Angela Merkel a celebrity?
She is, but she could be better if she would take her husband, who is a very attractive man. He could play in James Bond, I would say, and she should take him to the television oftener, and maybe it would be better. Your favourite all-time celebrity? Greta Garbo. Greta Garbo, great one. It's been really nice talking to you, Paul. Paul Sahner, he's been our latest guest on Talking Germany. It's all time we've got now. If you've enjoyed his company, the confidant of the stars, if you've enjoyed his company as much as I have, come back next week. Tschüss.